Hi guys, welcome back to Slave Saturday. So as I've told you before on this channel, I am a massive fan of Darren Hayes. And this week we flew over from Ireland to the city of Bath in the UK to see him on his current tour. Darren, of course, was the lead singer of the Australian pop rock duo Savage Garden, alongside Daniel Jones in the late 90s and early 2000s. They racked up stellar success and 2 US #1 hits before their relationship and the band hit a brick wall, just before the release of their second and final album, Affirmation. Right, quick one before we go on. Subscribe to my channel there if you haven't already, will you? Cheers. Right, so despite being a fan, I never seen Savage Garden live back in the day, so I was very excited for this gig. Darren's voice, despite coming off a 10-year hiatus from touring and making music, still sounds fantastic. His fourth studio record, Homosexual, dropped late last year. But the music business moves fast and you can get lost in the shuffle. Hayes still has a loyal fan base though, but he is now a theatre act and not an arena rock act like he once was with Savage Garden. Having said that, this gig was not sold out and there was a lot of empty seats around us, which did dim the atmosphere just a little bit. But was this show any good? Well, let me start with the positives because it was a bit of a mixed bag at points. As I said, his voice, even at the age of 50, still sounds unchanged and fantastic. He didn't scrimp on Savage Garden material at all, and right out of the gate, we got tracks like Affirmation, To the Moon and Back, and the brilliant Animal Song. For the hardcore fans like us, there was also renditions of deep album track favourites, you know, like The Haunting, 2 Beds and a Coffee Machine, and I Don't Know You Anymore. We also got the US #1s I mentioned, Truly Madly Deeply, and we sang our hearts out to I Knew I Loved You. As the gig hit its peak and encore, he played iconic hits like Crash and Burn, I Want You, and The Best Thing, and we were just so delighted with all that. He mentioned his ex-bandmate Daniel Jones just the once though, which is a bit unfortunate. We would have liked some more stories about that time. But he did mention his ex-wife Colby, who he is still friends with too. As we know, his song Hold Me was about her and his own struggles with his sexuality. So in terms of value, he delivered on the Savage Garden classics and their inspiration, no doubt about that. Everything around him was to a high standard, from the dancers to the backup singers to the band. Hayes gave it his all, but man, I have complaints too. Darren seems to have shied away from his early solo material, particularly from the Spin record. I mean, it was glaring. He sang Insatiable, but blended it with this annoying version of the 1982 song Forget Me Nots. I mean, just sing the song as it was intended, Darren, and don't be ashamed of it. There was no Strange Relationship, there was no I Miss You, no Crush 1980 Me, and no Creeping Up On You. Darren, some of these are your most popular solo songs on Spotify and you just exclude them. This is madness. We really missed that material in this solo show. The middle of the show contained a bit too much dance pop for my liking and people were going for drinks and a leak during that. But sure, look, that's the direction he's gone on for his latest LP and fair enough. Hayes has shunned conformity to radio expectations in the last 20 years and that's to be admired, but this particular material wasn't really clicking with me. I spoke with some fellow fans after the show and although everyone loved the gig, there was some of the same misgivings from some of those people that I was having. Savage Garden were always flamboyant in their shows, but this dance stuff just isn't really for me. Look, Darren Hayes is an incredible singer and songwriter, but when he swerves away from the pure pop rock that made him famous, he loses his edge a bit. He writes amazing deep ballads and cool pop tracks, but I feel his absence from the scene and change in direction sonically for the latest record has put some fans at arm's length. However, putting all that to one side, all in all, Darren Hayes really delivered at this gig and we left happy. You know, we'd just seen a legend of the music we've loved since we were 15. It was great. For any Savage Garden fan or pop fan in general, this is a must-see gig and overall, you won't be disappointed. I'm curious though guys, are you a Darren Hayes fan? Let me know in the comments and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel now. I'll see you next time.